Hi everyone, it's Paul Baer at Cape Cod Mail Group, and today I want to talk about institutional direct mail versus emotional direct mail. As I record this today, it's the day after Giving Tuesday, when many of your institutions probably participated in the event, most likely working very hard, putting an awful lot of time and resources into this one day of giving that's becoming a truly an international phenomenon in terms of philanthropic support. And I think you would agree if you look back on perhaps your own campaigns, if you participated, and certainly those of other institutions, that most of the messaging would be, I would describe as much more emotional than institutional. And I think it's because it draws us in. Giving back is all about feeling, and a lot of the various platforms that we utilize, certainly through social media, everything that was done was really talking an awful lot about feelings and how it would impact other people and how you would feel if you participated. And I kind of draw on that today to go back to an ongoing really topic that I spend an awful lot of time talking about is how people approach traditional direct mail copy. And I'm of the opinion that as effective as Giving Tuesday emotional messaging is, most people fall back into habits of talking about themselves and their institution, certainly institutional need, in their more traditional direct mail copy approach. So today I really want to talk about that difference. And looking at your mailings, and do you really talk about yourselves or do you talk to your donors? By definition, direct mail is a communication to a single person. Beyond that, the rest of it's all production. It doesn't matter if you're reaching 5 donors or 50 million donors. It's just a number. At the end of the day, direct mail is a written communication to a live human being. And I think sometimes we get out of the habit of writing to people because we get so caught up in presenting our case. The advent of infographics, for instance, we tend to put an awful lot of stuff, a lot of statistics in front of our readers and use that to justify our case. And I believe that some of us sometimes lose track of the fact of what we're doing. We're writing a letter, in most cases, to a human being asking for their support, to ask them to make a gift, to give us money. And that's a very personal experience. And so my comment today is to go back and look to see how much emotion you put in your letters as opposed to how much institutional need that you talk about. Do you provide a lot of data and statistics and neglect to tell people how they will feel, how they may benefit, what they get out of it? Because again, giving being an emotional experience, you want to feel good about what you're doing. And sometimes we get so caught up in talking about ourselves that we forget that we're telling people, or we should be telling people, how they will benefit, what they get out of it. And most of that getting out of it perspective is really emotional. It's all feeling. So using words that will convey a sense of pride, a sense of loyalty, perhaps it's a sense of guilt or fear. Whatever it is, each of us gives for a variety of reasons, and certainly there's some ego involved. I often joke that there's a reason why there's naming opportunities, because people like to see their names. So it's always about how we'll feel. So my challenge to you is to go back and look at some of your letters and see if you're getting caught up with talking about yourselves rather than talking to your readers. So that's my tip for the day, to make sure we're not being too institutional and not enough emotional. So until next time, I wish you a wave of results in all that you do, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.